hurricane situation, flooding situation. It is all happening. It's all happening very fast, and it's all very real. And as a business, we totally sympathize. As a human, our hearts go out to all those people, and we are doing everything we can do here. I did not want to be doing this in this area instead of doing a podcast here, but the office, the phone is ringing so heavily. It's the only quiet spot we got right now. The phone's ringing about every minute. The metal building, the rain is so hard right now that you can't hardly hear. But we know there's some areas affected in North Carolina that's not too far from us. And this is, I mean, just to put a spin on it that I want to throw out there. We've already donated a fire truck. We're working on donating an ambulance. If you guys see those posts on our social media, please share them. That's all we've got to offer as far as emergency vehicles. But I want them to try to go to the most needed place possible. We've already allowed a couple of our trailers to go out to haul supplies down there to companies that their trailers are already gone, so additional trailer usage. We've done about everything we can do within our power as far as that goes. But here's where I want to do further, and here's what a lot of guys and business owners don't understand. I had a whole different video planned for today before all this happened about small business and how bad things are currently compared to what they were. We've been at this for almost 50 years. So, also I've scratched my nose pretty bad, so no, touch finger. Um, in doing business, let's just say this flood happened here in my area, Chesterfield County, Richmond area. We lost our inventory, and the shops around here that we depend on lost their buildings and their equipment. I can go out and buy other vehicles. That's why our phone is so busy. There's other dealers buying stuff. The auction is going crazy. All this stuff is happening. But then I got to bring the vehicle back and I got to get it ready. I got to service it. I got to inspect it. I got to make sure it's a good car. And time is not of the essence to do that, nor is the availability out there right now. So I put myself in other shoes. It would be terrible. And of course, yes, we're in sales. We're here to make money. Um, but in times like this, my father, which is no longer with us, but he would do the same thing in offering before I sell these things or put them on auction, and then people just have to bid on them. If you are a dealer out there that is affected by this situation and your inventory is lost, you haven't probably even thought about, yeah, I can go out and buy vehicles. Insurance will give me money. All that's going to happen. It's all going to take time. But everybody surrounding you needs to replace their vehicles. So if you're a dealer like us that's going to call, I've got customers that would never, ever buy elsewhere. They call and say, JW, I need a Ford F-450 because I got a project coming up. I need a box van because I got a project coming up. They're not going to go elsewhere. If I don't have it, they'll wait for me to get it. I know there's other dealers that have that kind of clientele base. If you do, you're not going to have time to replace your vehicles. Insurance money is not going to come fast enough. And unfortunately, in the business being as bad as it currently has been, you may not make it 2 or 3 months for all that to happen. So if we have inventory that you need, the thing with my stuff is it's ready. If we tell you it's ready, it's been serviced, meaning oil change, inspection's been done, a proper Virginia inspection. I have the titles in hand. The paperwork can transpire quickly. The vehicles can be transported. We can help in any way possible. That is really the last thing we have to offer to even give back. But we know there's a lot of fellow dealers that are suffering. We've reached out to VIEDA, which is the Virginia International Auto Dealer Association, Independent Auto Dealer Association, which is reaching out to NIADA and the Carolinas and the Georgia, South Carolina, everywhere affected areas, just to let them know also. But any way that we can help in that, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're a friend of a dealer that's going through this situation, please share this with them or give them our contact information. And I'm not so much, not that people aren't going to replace their sports cars and things like that. That's last priority right now. But if there's a heating and cooling company or a roofing company or a tree cutting company, we know you guys are going to be super busy. We know that some of you have lost your complete businesses and vehicles. Um, you get that supply of vehicles from somebody. So if we can help with that, please reach out. Also, go to our social media, share the post on the ambulance. I know we'll find a home for it pretty quickly. We are fully donating that to the closest municipality that needs it, that's in the most dire need. The fire truck that we donated yesterday, hopefully we'll ship out in the next day or two. We had a local company, Blue Water Transport, reach out and say, hey, we're taking care of this, no cost. We're going to transport it. Matt Reniger, that's a decal guy that does all of our decal work. He's reached out and said, hey, I'll put a logo on it. Not that that's necessary, but that's even cooler. So that's going out. Maybe the ambulance will go to the same place. We don't know yet. I think that one's going to the Carolinas, if I was told correctly. The trailers are loaded up with water and supplies headed there now. Like I said, we're doing everything we can as a business. And on top of already being busy every day, this has made things even busier because more than half of our inventory are what you would consider emergency vehicles, tow trucks. They got to pull these vehicles out of these ravines. They got to recover them. They got to haul them. They got to get them to the disposal area. The box trucks, big trailers, for containing items such as food and supplies. I watched some different stuff on YouTube and a little news stuff yesterday. The efforts are awesome. Cletus, watch him a lot. Never met the man, but I feel like I'm a friend of his. He's flew his helicopter out there, flying supplies around. So many people are just doing these things that are not ask upon, but they're doing it out of good faith, and it's amazing. But it's a terrible devastation. I watched some stuff and told my girlfriend I can't even understand where all the water came from, how it all happened. I can understand Florida and the hurricane, but those flash floods and everything else that happened not so far away from us is just incredibly scary. Seeing a complete house float down is unbelievable. Tens of thousands of cars are lost, thousands and thousands of homes are lost, but businesses are lost. And us being a small business, I can only put myself in somebody else's shoes and say, I don't even know what we would do. I keep all my guys going just like this rainy day. Most guys would just send their employees home. We're still working. We're not going to get a lot accomplished, but it is pouring down. Like our parking lots are flooded. We're near like the floods that have happened elsewhere, so we're not crying, but I mean, you can hardly drive down the road. It's so bad, and things are even canceled around just due to the heavy rain. But we're going to keep going. We'll get things done today. That being said, please reach out 804-271-0030. If you want to text the number that we have on our buying line, 804-357-9764. That's 804-357-9764. And then, of course, the website, davis4x4.com, has all of our inventory, almost 300 vehicles. Bucket trucks, look out there real quick. We got our bucket trucks out. We made sure they're all operating. Started generating, moving furniture, work vehicles, with the generator. Hopefully you guys heard that. So the bucket trucks have generators. They're full tool bodies. Some are insulated, some are not, but they're perfect for working on telecommunications, which are going to have to be rebuilt, infrastructure work. You can, I guess, use them for power, if you had to, but the non-insulated, I wouldn't recommend that. The other big ones are insulated, but you can use them for tree work. But those are going to be first need. We got them all out. That's why they're all out front. Made sure they started, made sure they had fuel, made sure the generators were working, make sure the buckets were working. That way somebody can come get these, literally drive to their job site and start working. The next thing we're going to do is get all of our service trucks out and box trucks out. Same way, we're going to spread them all out and get them all ready. Further past that, then we'll get our tow trucks out. Most of the tow trucks are fairly new. They're ready to go anyway, but we're just taking the extra time. That's what the staff is doing. That's what our mechanics are doing, just to make sure these trucks are ready to go. So, again, they're not free, but they are ready. We are doing free transportation to any of the affected areas. If you come up here in person, we'll give you a transportation credit. We will cut you a deal if you need to buy multiple things. We're getting as creative as we can get to try to help out small businesses or big businesses at that matter at this point. But small business is what we are, and small business is what we're trying to look out for. And again, we wish we had some more emergency vehicles. If I had more emergency vehicles, we'd donate those too. I don't. I donated all I had. So anyway, guys, that's where we're at. Davis Auto Sales. Hurricane/flooding. It's happened. Nothing we can do about it now. Just pick up and move on and try to rebuild the pieces. And we'll try and do the best we can to help you guys with that. So thanks for everything. Please let us know how we can help. You know the ways to reach out, and be safe, and prayers are to those that are affected.